Hey, collective, it's me. We're going to do an energy check-in and get you some things to think about, them shadow work prompts for today. I want to use the fossils, though, because they're fun. And I'm still using the All of You is Magic deck. That really helps me figure out what the energy is about. And this one says, you are free to want more for your life, even if more is just different. Follow the clues that intuition leaves in your heart. Visualize yourself in a safe space where you can express your desires freely. What would you say? I think a lot of us have trouble knowing what it is we really want, knowing what it is we really want to pursue. And that's partially on us because there's a lot of people in our lives who might tell us that we should be focusing on something else, that we shouldn't follow this path, that, it's not lucrative, or, that's not in our best interest. And we can very easily get to this point of lying to ourselves and saying, I don't know what I want. And that's not because we don't know what we want. It's because we're allowing other people's opinions, perception, energies to squash what our hearts and our intuition are telling us is the passion that we should follow. So, wow. Right here in the middle is the star tetrahedron, and that is a very powerful sign of spiritual transformation. Right behind it is the volcanic rock here. And these are interesting. They are, they have these little shiny pockets of mica, and they're formed through volcanic activity. When there's so much pressure, it literally pulls on these rocks and stretches them out and creates these little shiny pockets. So, well, we're going to put you up there then. So, what I see is that a lot of us are working on moving towards more, living a more spiritual and esoteric life, leaning into our intuition, leaning into our knowing, opening our hearts and our minds to more knowledge of the esoteric and the unknown. And we've got the cornucopia here, which says that there is a wealth of blessings, of divine blessings, of earthly blessings that comes when we allow this to happen. But it is not easy to go through these spiritual awakenings and these transformations by any means. It is a lot of pressure. We watch things fall away. And I think what a lot of people are dealing with here is this guy. Look at him. This is actually a fossilized, geodized brachiopod, and it's the mask. And when it's on its back like this is masks falling off. So we are watching a lot of people's masks fall off in our lives right now. And it's a blessing. It may be something that's really hard for us to see. And because of the immense stress that we're going through with these kinds of transformations, it can be really hard. It can be really hard to feel like, this is something we should be grateful for. This is, whoops. Let's try that again. It's really hard to sit with the truth that is two things at once. Number one, that it can be really hard to manage and very painful to go through, but it is ripe for transformation and change and becoming a better version of ourselves here. We are really working to stay anchored and stable in the world. And quite frankly, we are a little off kilter. This rock has two sides, so one of them is more like a seesaw, and one of them is more solid and stable on the foundation. And we are, experiencing a lot of extremes back and forth in the middle, and we are trying to find our footing, our foundation, and we are leaning heavily into spirit to help us get through this. And this is definitely something. This is my crinoid laden rock that looks like a cow. Looks like a cow jawbone. So this is about chewing on our cud. We are considering the situations that we find ourselves in. We're considering where we are going back and forth with people and situations in our lives and trying to clear that out. And what I love here is we've got this little heart-shaped hagstone, which is protecting this beautiful, this is a geodized brachiopod. This is a geode again, and it is all the sparklies are up here. And this does talk about material wealth and abundance and the treasure that comes from protecting our heart's desires. It's more than about money. It is more than about money. It is definitely about coming into our spiritual gifts. This is a piece of slag glass, which I just love. They're so reflective. But it represents sort of the moon in my fossil set here. And it does talk about our intuition, coming more in touch with seeing and trusting in the unknown, trusting in spirit. This is not an easy task. This is not an easy task when everything around us is really, really kind of falling apart, and things are very stressful, and people are very stressed out, and we're separating from a lot of really important things in our lives. I had to pause that to look at it closer. I am seeing the word pit on this thing. A lot of these rocks have lines that speak to me in different ways, but I'm seeing the word pit. And in fact, this one is also on its back, so it's got that instability, and it seems like as these masks are being taken off, as people's masks are dropping around you, it's making you, it's dragging you down. I think that we're struggling with some issues with, did we not see things in time? How could we not know this? How could we not see this? And I want y'all to remember that when somebody has a mask on, when somebody's pretending to be somebody else, the intention is to deceive, and so when somebody is being deceptive and lying, that's not your fault. That's not your fault, but you are seeing it now. And I want you to not be so hard on yourself, because as you are going through this, you are learning more and more every day how to trust your intuition. And when we have the dark side of the moon here, we're having trouble working with our intuition, but this is the light side of the moon. And so our intuition and our gut feelings are being illuminated through these situations. So I want you all to pay attention to what it is you're seeing and sit with it as best you can. It's not about judging other people. It's not about judging yourself or your own ability to see through everything that's around you, because you simply won't be able to. It is about coming into your gifts. And as difficult as this situation is, as stressful and as hard as it is refining you and your intuition and opening you up to this beautiful cornucopia of spiritual gifts and spiritual abundance, and also then earthly abundance as well. I hope that has helped you, and I really encourage you to take some time with yourself today and do this little ritual. Visualize yourself in a safe space where you can express your desires freely. What would you say? And be honest. Don't think about anybody else's attitudes, beliefs, opinions, ideas. Just be honest with yourself and hold that for yourself. And if you would like your own fossil reading, I certainly offer those through my website, theowlandthewolf.com, but I will be on live later tonight doing a Fossils Only Live, offering readings to the collective, so I hope you see me there. Have a wonderful day. Love you. Bye.